everyone, welcome back to the Garden of All. This is Samantha Jane Love and
Judy Reed.
Hi. Oh my goodness, it is still Friday the 13th. We decided to do another little quick snippet
Because we're just so, excited.
Because we are. So we're just rolling with this one because we don't really know what we're doing, but that's okay. If anyone watched the last episode, I did not get a parking ticket. Winning, see? Lucky.
Yay.
Lucky. So, on the theme of Venus.
I'm sorry, I was just thinking of that Kylie Minogue song.
Lucky. Yeah.
Sorry about that, people.
Don't.
Oh, I just did it again.
I'm going to charge you $100 every time you say I'm sorry. I'm going to be a fucking millionaire.
You will be. I know.
They say that women should always have more than one stream of income.
You found your next one.
Yeah, that's, like it's going to be a branches and trees and all sorts. So we've just found one. Yay! So happy days. Anyway, so the lesson is for anyone out there is stop apologizing for asking questions, for breathing, for taking up space. Be freaking bold.
Be bold.
Literally
yes.
bold, as I'm trying not to shame of a JJ, because I put a dress on and I've sat down and gone, oh my Lord, and I can't be bothered changing. So anyway, literally all of the pleasure, none of the guilt.
Exactly.
So stop apologizing for you being you, because it is our fucking birthright to be here, to take up space, to breathe the air, to interrupt sometimes. Sometimes people need to be interrupted, to think of any other thing.
I'm keeping my mouth shut now, just in case. I say the S word.
I'm amazing. I'm amazing. That's what you need to start saying.
I will. Yep.
I'll say, I'm amazing.
I'm amazing.
I'm amazing, and people will be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I'll just say, "Hi, I'm amazing." Yep. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. One thing that we've really gone on a tangent here, but it's interesting that if you're one of those people that does say the S word, the sorry word, a lot, like I'm sorry, I'm late, I'm sorry, like yes, acknowledge that you have not come on the time that you've honoured your commitment to. Say thank you for waiting for me. How interesting is that if you change the I'm going to take all of the guilt and the shame and the blame and all of the stuff on from saying I'm, but if you say to that person, thank you for waiting for me, I really appreciate that you waited for me, I understand that your time is really valuable. You haven't said that word, sorry, at all. Obviously, if you...
And the positive energy that comes with gratitude, just saying the word, because words are power.
Yeah,
and
totally. It's, the words spells are cast by us proclaiming words as well. Don't get us wrong, you can say those words, I'm sorry, if it's like you've had an accident and you've literally, rammed up somebody's butt. That is when you say I'm sorry. Not, thank you for parking your car in front of me, even if it was their fault. Just say I'm sorry in certain circumstances. There are people that don't say the words I'm sorry, and then they learn those words I'm sorry actually buy them space or buy them time for doing the same shitty behaviours. So let's use the words where they're supposed to be.
Yes.
You can't open your mouth.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't want to say anything because I'm already up to 200.
Can't afford any more today, you know. That's my budget.
Every time I see Sam, can only budget 10. Well, how much can I budget today? Oh, anyway, we laugh.
We do laugh.
We're laughing at ourselves as well because I've been known to say the words as myself, just apologising for even existing, which there will be no.
And it's easy to get into that habit, and it just becomes so much a part of your natural vernacular that you just, well, like I just did twice. Just found myself saying it, even though I didn't really need to say it.
Yeah, and it's almost like a space filler. When you're doing speaking training, or when you're getting to performing, or when you're learning about how to do speeches, people have space fillers when they don't know what to say, like that.
Yeah. That's it. You can pay me 100 every time you say There we go. Then we'll get even. We'll get even.
Fuckity fucks. Then they just think I've got Tourette's. Here we go again. We're even now.
Yep. I think I'm going to win this one, actually. Keep going.
So the things with space fillers are when we are doubting ourselves. So the words I'm sorry, if you pay attention to what people use as their space fillers, and not everyone uses the word there's different things that people say. And it's okay not to say anything. We've got to this space in our society where we want so much, like we're over bombarded with noise. So we say these things like I'm sorry, or I don't know, there's a gazillion different ones, and the kids keep making new things up as...
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, to your point, I was just thinking, when I used to do a lot of presentations and things, it took me quite a while to train myself into allowing the silence at the end of a sentence, to allow a pause. And it actually gives greater impact to what you've said when you don't chuck in the filler words and things, where you just let that silence be, let people think, let it sink in.
Yeah, space is something that within a counselling setting, or even a life coaching setting, or any type of therapy setting, we are taught that space is the processing part. And if we are giving said presentation, or even just having a chat with someone, we don't have to fill the space up with words all of the time, because sometimes just sitting in the space of the person is enough.
Absolutely. Words can sometimes detract from the energy that's being created. So
well, that just went in.
We both just took a nice big breath there, like,
It's interesting when you do take a breath, and I notice myself that if I'm not grounded and really aligned, that is when an comes out. When I'm really up in my head, because there's too many words there, that's when an come out. So it is really about being present, being fully enhanced in a space, taking up the space that is your absolute birthright.
But not feeling guilty if you do accidentally say the S word.
No, just being
it's more of an awareness thing, isn't
having
it?
an awareness, having
Yeah.
a noticing. Don't shame yourself for doing it, because you only know what you know. So if you have just noticed this, this is something that you've just become aware of, have an awareness. That's all.
Yep.
Literally just have an awareness. So on that, let's have an awareness with the goddess Venus. It is still Friday, so let's call
And we
in.
love Venus.
We do.
I'm a Libra and I, feel a strong connection with Venus.
I like it. I like it. Every time I hear the word Venus, I literally go back to Bananarama.
You need to be of a certain generation, I think, for
If
that
you know,
to really...
you know.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
I have danced to that song before. Yep.
Yes. So let's call her in. Oh Venus, Queen of our radiant skies, your love divine in our hearts you rise. The morning star, the evening's grace, a shining beacon in life's embrace. In shell chariots through tides you glide, with roses soft and doves as guides. Your laughter rings a melody sweet in gardens lush where lovers meet. O goddess draped with starlit gown, your touch turns thorns to flowered crown. You teach us love in all its forms through passion's fire and tender norms. We see your face in ocean swells, in moonlit waves where secrets dwell. Your whispers ride the zephyr's song, guiding lost hearts where they belong. Through trails of life, through joy and despair, you hold us close with tender care. Grant us your wisdom, your healing embrace, and fill our spirits infinite grace. O Venus, radiant and divine, may your eternal light within us shine. Guide us to love, both bold and true, a sacred gift from us to you.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
So in that, I'm sitting here, I'm just going to be raw and honest. I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh my God, looking at myself and going, oh my Lord. But really, I am embracing all of my divine feminine and divine Venus goodness. So if you look on the Googles for a picture of Venus, it will keep saying that she was a full-figured, voluptuous woman. So I'm in all of my Venus glory today. So I'm just another woman, and
Not just another woman.
Oh,
You
I am a singular, spectacular sensation that we've had laughs about over the years that I should bottle myself, but that's for another episode maybe.
Or pickle you or something. Sorry, I'm just... Oh no! I just said it again! Oh no, you're ahead!
Happy days, happy days. I feel like I'm at, what's that? That was from the Nutty Professor. So, for this episode, I have bought a set of healing oracle cards, and I have surprised my dear co-host because she's never seen them.
I have never seen them, even though I'm into crystals, I'm into oracle cards, I've got quite a collection, but I have never seen this.
So these ones are, there you go, they're by Michelle Charman. She is from Australia. So I have done her, of course it is. We've got the black obsidian now. That is for calling, which is perfect for today, Friday the 13th, calling in, who is that? That was for Morgana with the crows, and even working with
You just
with
talk.
Hecate. I would say I'm wearing black obsidian, but my black obsidian earrings have broken. I've actually got shungite on my hand today. So this is about walking within your shadow, and your shadow is actually the parts of you that you keep in the dark, that you are afraid of because you're afraid of, funny enough, as we're talking about, I'm sorry, it's your greatness, which is within your shadow. So your shadow could be taking up space, it could be shining brighter, it could be being successful, it could be being the most skinniest, healthiest version of you. So within your shadow, when you find the spark within it, and when you stop having your guilt and your shame and all of the things that are detrimental, you find your golden part of your shadow, and that's where your freaking greatness is. You've been hiding all of those things away, and that is what we ask, or we can invoke the either Venus, Hecate, or the Morgan to help us. If you are seeing lots of ravens or crows in your path, lots of them, they are there to help you. They're showing you your path, and sort of showing you your shadow, but also showing you which way to go as well. Look, if you want to know more about shadow work, I've definitely done a lot of it, and quite happy to guide people through what it is to embrace that for them, not just in their, like their daily life, but it's also into their sexual shadow as well, which can, if you really embrace that part of you, and it's like, if you embrace all of the parts of you, even if it's not something that you bring into the bedroom, but you just acknowledge these parts, the rest of you can really have a spark as well. So
it's kind of life-changing when you can start doing that. I've certainly found in my own experience that, it's a good thing when you start feeling the whole, rather than just the bits that are acceptable, or what you should be, or how it should be,
how it fits within the society norms, or your family norms, or whatever. If you can break through, because they are the people that are keeping you in the shadow sometimes, and like you're allowing for
not always consciously, like I'm sure you're not saying that
no, I'm not saying
there's
that.
negative intent behind it, but it just is the way it is. Society works to certain rules, and different people subscribe to different.
Oh, look, you can't make this stuff up. So this one is, there you go, the Crocolite and sexuality. So we were just talking about that as well. So literally, and look, it's what I'm wearing right now. It's funny.
You are embodying.
I'm literally embodying the cards. So I will let you play with them, and let's see what else pops up for us. And generally we like to bring some sort of crystal, or bring some knowledge into some crystals, but this time we're just going to do it through the cards. So through doing my training with this, it was a crystal and shamanism training using the crystals. So within each crystal, some people just think that they're pretty rocks. I like the divas and talking with the divas of the crystal. So to explain that, it could be, let's just say it's the energy of the crystal. I don't think that there's a little person trapped within the actual crystal. I believe it's just the energy of it's like talking to Goddess Gaia. As well, so Mother Earth. Interesting. So if you don't have a physical embodiment of a crystal, you can get a picture of it, or even the black obsidian. You can have a picture of the black obsidian and just tune in and tap into that energy and invoke that energy for your house if you don't have any. You can do that for most things. as well. So if you don't have a physical one of it, even when you're doing a lot of money work as well, if they say you have to collect all of these bills and collect, $1 a day for 30 days. If you don't have dollars, we only have gold coins these days. Sometimes, they disappear in my house because I have a 7-year-old and an 8-year-old. Coins are, valuable for little ones, and they're like the gold ones disappear. So if we were to do a ritual or invocation and just having a printout of a $100 bill, when you're making your payments, it's not printouts. No, but it's the intention that we're putting behind it. So the intention of the crystal, the intention of the things. So really,
there we go.
Just
this is what we
some,
need.
We're just. Yes. I think there's one more coming. So Judy's just having a bit of a play with the crystals, and so far we have got spirit quartz come out, which is attached to music, clear quartz for purification, and
magnification too. So it magnifies all of that positive stuff.
Yes, and what else do we have coming through? So anyone that doesn't know what spirit quartz looks like, that is the one.
Ooh.
This is a lovely Terminator as well.
Okay, I know you said 1, but 3 wanted to come out, so that's what we've got.
That's what we're playing with. What do we got? Numenite, amethyst, and that. Oh dear, come on. Sorry, that is my soul language. We're just talking to the crystals. We've got amethyst for meditation.
One of my favourites.
When Judy just pops off, she's just getting physicals.
This is one of my favourite amethysts. I know it is tiny, but the colours are beautiful. It almost looks like it's got a bit of citrine running through it.
Yeah, smoky citrine almost,
Yeah.
So when an amethyst grows, it can grow next to smoky quartz and citrine as well, and sometimes they are very enmeshed, so you get different colours. We've got Numenite, the healer, and it's quite a black stone here, with some flecks, and we also have an ancient wisdom crystal, so it's for ancient wisdom. So as you can see, there's like some time markers on this stone as well. These are quite rare to find. I have a few of them with, I've got some time link ones. I've got some, there's all different ones. So within here, it shows you different types of crystals. And over the time, we will delve into it a little bit more. But let's read what we think from all of this. What's your take so far?
I'm thinking.
What are you feeling?
What am I feeling? Yes, I was just about to change that actually. I didn't say the S word though. Okay. Now I'm going to say Well, fuck. Does that one count? I perceive this as very much reflecting the energy of today, what we've been talking about today. We've got sort of the grounding up here, which is what we were first getting out with the black obsidian, moving into the sensuality, because if you're grounded in your sensuality and your sexuality and your passions and stuff like that, it's going to work more effectively than if you're not, shall we say.
It's like if you are grounded in your, let's say your bottom two energy centers, so your base chakra and your sacral chakra. Some people call them chakras or energy centers, but there's a philosophy and a psychology of those two as well. It's like if you are making a building and the foundations are just made of straw, she's going to fall over. So if you are grounded and can claim all of the parts of yourself, even the sexual parts of yourself, you don't have to share them with everybody. You don't have to, be like, I'm a nymphoid maniac who likes to, I don't care what you like to do, really. It doesn't make any difference to me unless I'm doing that with you, and we don't need to tell everybody about it.
Yeah.
Necessarily.
Unless you want to.
Unless you want to share it. But we don't have to push it on other people for us to feel like we are acknowledged within our space. So, and that sort of ties in with all of the parts of if we're stopping saying I'm sorry about our taking up space. Some people can go the other direction and take up way too much space and be almost like too in your face with things. So just being okay with having your plot, and you can expand your plot, but you don't have to force it onto anybody. I'm really finding it interesting with the spirit quartz and in regards to music. I'll look it up in a minute.
I was just thinking about our singing before.
Well, yeah, we were doing some amazing singing before. Now, song and music and sound, and I'm feeling from this is that it doesn't have to be music per se. And what one person can feel is attuned and aligned and amazing, another person will be like, no, I don't like that. And it has to be within your realm of what you like as well. You could...
The phrase music to my ears. So I'm just thinking anything can be,
Anything can be music to your ears, and just like the ambulances in the background. But you can give somebody a frequency or a tone, or it'll be like healing music, and it could really repel somebody. And there could be, for that person, that tone, the fragrance, it may not be that it's a bad thing, it could just be one for that person. Sensory, it's an overload for them. It could be that there's a big thing that they need to shift. It could just be that if you've had a partner who has been into music, music, even though you love it, can be a little bit stress enhancing. We're trying not to use the word trigger. It's the word trigger can be triggering for people.
I was going to say we don't want to trigger the trigger or triggering the trigger.
Yeah, of the trigger of the trigger. Yeah. Triggered. Yes.
Don't trigger me.
Don't freaking trigger me. So as much as sound bowls are beautiful and things like that, it can be stress enhancing for other people as well. So, or it could be that, people hear things at different frequencies as well. And you have to be, even if you're presenting a beautiful sound or whatever, if it's not right for that person, that is okay too. Yeah. So I'll let you do the next bit and I'll see what else that was.
But yes, I'm mainly focusing here on sort of where we grounded ourselves, where we began, in a sense. I just said but I'm allowed to. So, the grounding, and then I was really interested that the amethyst came out, and I think that came out before the clear quartz. Correct me if I'm wrong, but with the amethyst coming out, which that tends to have more to do with spirituality, which runs beautifully in line with the grounding, and then you move your way up and it gets incorporated into your essence, into your spirit, where you can feel things on a different level. And then clear quartz, which I think we've done a little... Did we do a little thing on clear quartz?
Yeah, we touched on it, but we haven't done it completely.
But clear quartz is one of the...
Wait, she just prepared one earlier. Look, clear quartz is amazing because what it can do, it can magnify the other crystals around you. So if you need to, if you've got 4 in your house, we have got a little tiny crystal ball.
And there we go.
So what you can do is you can magnify the frequency of the clear quartz to expand so you've got 4 rose quartz and you want to do, instead of just one room, you want to amplify that to go through the whole apartment. You place your rose quartzes where you want them. I suggest if you've got 4 rooms, 1 in each room, and then go around, and everyone does it differently, but I like to go like, this is my space, thank you crystal, this is my space, thank you crystal, this is my space, thank you crystal. Probably a little bit more definedness of it and it always comes out different. I don't do things just because someone said it has to be this way, that it has to be this way.
It's more what you guided.
And that, which is interesting, because I just, the spirit quartz is about the cosmos, and it's the purples and the pinks, and this is what we've been really talking about, that divine feminine energy, but just trusting in your own intuition as well. So that is probably the overlining thing that is coming through here, and that essentially each one of us is a wealth of knowledge. I don't believe that this is my first time here. Judy doesn't believe it's her first time here. So even if we've been here 1, 2, 3 times before, that's 500 years at least of knowledge. Probably a little bit longer. If you're like me, I go back to the star seeds. That's way longer. So with that, there is a remembering that we have every time that we come here. Yes, we may think that we don't know anything and we don't have the answers, and we say ums and sorries and do all the things, but when we have that remembering and when we have that aligned groundedness, we can then tap into the rememberings.
The soul knowledge and the soul connection.
Yeah. All of those things.
Like the expression old soul, a lot of people say, oh yes, they're an old soul, which a lot of people would just see as an expression, but it's actually, there's something to it, I think, because quite often people are bringing wisdom and knowledge, which they potentially don't even know where that came from within themselves. It's not something they've necessarily experienced, but this comes through, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. So, and the Numite.
We just had some blackbirds.
We've got blackbirds as well. So it's all rather funny. So the Numite is a black crystal. It has gold flecks and brown streaks through it as well, and it's really grounding in all of those different energies as well. So it's not just about remembering and all of that. It's about allowing it to really embody within your being as well. So it's quite an interesting spread that we've just fall through. A lot of earth tones, a lot of pinks, a lot of reclaiming. And it's funny what we were talking about, that these cards have come out. So I like to say that you can't make this shit up.
You
really cannot.
You
make this shit
can.
up.
That is so perfect for today.
Yeah.
It really is.
Now, you can get most of these pretty on a, amethyst. You can get all different ones. You can get the big spheres as well, and the crocite is one of those ones that it's probably best to get a picture of said one. It's what they call
just back to the amethyst for a minute. Even just having, if you've got a small space, or if you're not sort of full on into displaying crystals, just a little crystal cluster like this can bring a real energy into the environment without you having to explain to people why you've got Crystal cluster.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people like to just put them in their bathrooms as well because people don't think about them in their bathrooms. So, yeah, so the crocodile is quite, one, it's fragile. I think also it's not the greatest. You need to have it encased as well. So it's, I think it's part of the sulfur family. So not really healthy for you. I'll better lower my hand down.
I was going to say, where did that hand come from?
Oh, thanks, Zoom, for bringing all the things in there. But you can, as I said, you can just call in or invoke the energy, like we've been talking about all day today, is invoking things just to, it's not that you need to do these things, it's just to help you, guide you along your way. So if you were going for a mountain hike track, most people that do mountain hike tracks like to have those mountain hike trecky
things,
energies, or whatever they are.
Yeah.
So if you are going along your spiritual journey, an awakening journey, even if it's, you know, we have eye masks to go to sleep, but we can also use, you know, milk. We can use 1,000 different things, and some things work for some people and some things don't work for some people. So thank you for allowing us to have that little, I suppose, fun time with those as well. We will be back with more very, very soon.
Very soon.
With the Garden of, oh goodness. Moving energy. I'm not tired, I'm just moving energy.
Yes.
So thank you for joining us. I am Samantha Jane Love.
And I am Judy Reed.
And this is the Garden of Love, where you get all of the pleasure
without the guilt.
Bye.
Bye.